gentlemen of Brooklyn, New York! Please rise to your feet and welcome to the stage with all the intensity you have. From DKR, from Dakar, give it up for Axiom and Manuel!
For this. You know, we've been touring all over the world for pretty long, 3 years, and we kept New York City as the last city of our tour because you guys are the best. Yeah! The best.
Do you guys like music? Woo! Do you guys like DKR?
Yeah! Give me some DKR. 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 DKR! DKR! Well, you guys are amazing. You guys are delivering it. I love it. I love it. I love it. How many kids that in the house we have? Raise your hand.
Woo! How many drinks that's tonight?
Wow. Well, you guys are awesome. You guys are beautiful. The girls are way hotter than anywhere else. So that means that they're having a great time. I'm very happy about this. Well, guys, I guess it's time to introduce the very next person who's going to take the stage. Well, make some fucking noise because the next district attorney of San Bernardino County is about to come in. Welcome to the stage, Mr. T.I. My brothers, they're my rock, and they're so great, so talented. I'm so happy they're here with us tonight. So listen, how's it going, Brooklyn? Feeling good? You like this new hat? We've got this, just got this in the other day. We're gonna try to get it out to you guys. A little blue though, I think. So, we love it. We're running for district attorney of San Bernardino County. And I got news for you. We're gonna win! Yeah! People are wondering, what am I doing out here on the East Coast if I'm running, if I have 5 weeks to go? Sit down, sit down, sit down. People keep saying, what are you doing? You've left the campaign trail. I left the campaign trail to come out here to the East Coast, the great East Coast, because we had this on the calendar for a long time, so I couldn't get out of it. But I think in a more important way, it's important for me to be here because this is New York! Yeah! This is Trump country, folks! Woo! You are my people, and I want to let you guys know that you guys can help me achieve this amazing victory. You guys can do it. And people say, but we don't live in San Bernardino County. Well, first of all, a lot of people do live in San Bernardino County. How many people here are from San Bernardino County and are just visiting New York? Anybody? No? What, how many people have friends or family or relatives or people they know living in the San Bernardino area? That's pretty great. Okay, well, you guys, and by the way, because of the internet, you guys can meet all kinds of people. You can get on to timheidecker4da.com if you haven't yet, and start spreading the word, because I want you guys to get engaged and start spreading the word in San Bernardino County, because we can't do it without every single one of you. How many people want to get involved tonight? Yeah! Now people ask me, why am I running for district attorney? Why do I want to take on that burden? I'm a successful businessman, I'm a talented musician, put out a lot of great music, and with Axiom. And there's a couple reasons, and I just want to get some of them out of the way with you guys. One is revenge, vengeance, a long-term vengeance. People say you can't just rely on vengeance to do something in life, but you can. You know, vengeance is funny. Revenge is funny because there's some revenge that's quick and it's a fireball. It's a fireball, and then it burns out. But this revenge is a burning coal in my belly. It is not going away, and it's revenge and vengeance for the current district attorney of San Bernardino, Rossetti the Rat. I call him Rossetti the Rat. That's what I've been calling him, Rossetti the Rat. And I think it's time that we set the trap for the rat. And we exterminate the rat. And I'm the exterminator. And he's done. So I'm running because of that, because he's got to go. And he's corrupt, by the way. He's got his own cabal of the Sismic, the Judge Sismic. Did we see the trial? Did we see what they did to me? If you don't know this, I was an innocent man. I was an innocent man. And they threw the book at me trying to convict me for a crime which I did not commit. A minor crime, but nonetheless, a crime of which I did not commit. And they tried to throw the book at me. They tried to ruin my entire life. Rossetti, for whatever reason. And Sismic. Sisnak, whatever, Judge Sismak. Another rat. But I stood my ground, and I proved that I'm the #1 lawyer in San Bernardino County. And it wasn't always easy. It wasn't always a done deal. There was nights where I stayed awake wondering, was I going to go away forever? Was I going to get the death penalty? Who knows? But I have to tell you, the night before the verdict was read, I was at home and I was unable to sleep, and I felt like maybe that things weren't going to go my way. My way. And I was stressed. Sir, turn your phone off! Turn it off! Unless you're visiting timheidecker4da.com, signing the petition. We need 25,000 signatures by Wednesday to get on the ballot. I was in my room. This is the night before the verdict, and I was very nervous, but an incredible thing happened. And you're not gonna believe this. I understand. I'm skeptical myself, but there was a kid at the festival named Sean Levin who died of a heroin overdose, as people do at these festivals. And I didn't know the kid, but I knew him from the trial. I knew his picture, and I was lying in my bed. I couldn't sleep, and all of a sudden, I'm not making this up, folks. The ghost of this kid comes in my room, or a specter, or some spirit of him comes and gives me some incredible news. He says, you are not only innocent, but he says, I provided the heroin that killed the people that they're... Anyways, now at this point, it's not something I can administer. I can put it into the record, you know. I could not, we had closed my case, so I could not make the case that the ghost of Sean Levin told me that this was... Anyways, but what he said next was almost more important. He said, everything's gonna be okay. And the next day I was found innocent by the people of San Bernardino County. And so I'm running to take the streets back. I want to eliminate crime. We're tired of crime, we gotta get rid of crime. And we gotta get rid of these people that abuse the Medicaid system. You find these people out there who are taking money out of our pockets, taking care of their loved ones. There's sick people who are dying, these people that are vegetables, that don't have higher brain function. We're taking the checks from these people out there, taking checks from these people and spending it on comic books or whatever they do. and we have to stop that. But most importantly, we gotta send Rossetti the rat a message. And the message is we're done. And we set the trap. Catch the rat.
Catch the rat!
Set the trap.
Set the trap!
Exterminate the rat.
Exterminate the rat!
Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. I've received a ton of endorsements, and we're working on getting more and more, but I just got one in the other day that's really moving to me. He's a close friend and a really important guy in my life. I want to play it for you now. Thank you guys. We're going to have a great night.
Yeah!
We'll see you soon with some Japan.
Yeah!
And there's some other shit that is not as good, so you can use the bathroom for that. Those parts of the show.
Oh. When I'm not driving my all-American car, I'm voting. When I'm voting for Tim Heidecker, District Attorney of San Bernardino. You should too. I'm Lenore Arnold, and I approve this message. And I approve this message.
When movie fans and buffs need expert advice on the latest releases or classic cinema from yesteryear, there is only one man they turn to. America's foremost proponent of Mickey expertise, star of box office smashes Ant-Man and Decker vs. Dracula, movie expert and master codebreaker Greg Turkington. Greg's name was added to the Guinness Book of World Records when he became the first and only person to watch 501 movies in 501 days, a record that can never be broken. His segments on Cinema at the Cinema have become the most watched in the show's history. As the founding member and head archivist of the world-famous Victorville Film Archive, Greg curates the world's largest collection of popcorn classics. Universities and libraries have contacted him for information about movie legends including Humphrey Bogart and James Bond. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage #1 movie expert, Greg Turkington.
Hey guys! How many people here saw a movie today? Stand up if you did. I salute you. We've been traveling around the country. I've been traveling around the country a lot more, doing a series of film lectures at universities, at community colleges, and at retirement facilities for people that want to learn more about sort of the history of movies, and it's always nice for me to share my expertise. We're doing it here tonight. It's part of a film lecture series called Treasures of the VFA. Welcome to my lecture series, Treasures of the VFA, where we look at classic cinema from an expert's perspective. Today's topic, Oh Good. The post-Oh God movies of the Oh God cast. Oh God came out in 1977. And set box office records, with the great George Burns in the role of a lifetime as God, and John Denver in his movie debut as Jerry Landers, an assistant grocery store manager from Tarzana, California. The movie went on to win several awards and of course spawned 2 classic sequels, also starring George Burns as God, as well as in a dual role as the Devil. what about the rest of the cast? How did they follow up their performances in one of the all-time great popcorn classics? Let's find out for the first time ever. Ralph Bellamy portrayed Sam Raven in one of Oh God's most unforgettable performances. 8 years later, Ralph starred in another movie with a spiritual theme, The Fourth Wise Man, starring Martin Sheen, Alan Arkin, and our own Joe Estevez. Finally, finishing up his career with a small role in the classic Pretty Woman before dying at the age of 87. Oh Godheads will never forget the character of Judge Baker.
Yeah!
Portrayed by Barnard Hughes. Barnard loved being on the Oh God set and working with George Burns. You can be sure. How did he top that? Well, Bernard found a way. By starring with Burt Reynolds, the late great Burt Reynolds, and Goldie Hawn in the all-time popcorn classic Best Friends from 1982. Directed by Norman Jewison, 109 minutes. And Bernard later went on to star with Glenn Close in 1985's Maxie, an unforgettable movie that you should pick up if you have the chance. Glenn, of course, went on to star 2 years later in Fatal Attraction, which if you haven't seen that, you're not a movie buff and you can just get out of here. What about the rest, though? Terry Garr, of course, kept busy with several popcorn classics, including the comedy classic Out Cold with John Lithgow from Cliffhanger, starring Sylvester Stallone, the original Rocky. Terry also starred in The Perfect Alibi from 1995. 98 minutes of drama and suspense that you need to add to your collection. John Denver made a film called Walking Thunder, an unforgettable coming-of-age film that you need to go out and buy, especially because it was one of his last, finishing out his career before dying in a homemade plane crash soon afterwards. The movie was directed by Craig Clyde and carried a running time of 95 minutes. George Burns starred in 18 again a few years later. If only the story were true. Unfortunately, Mr. Burns passed on 8 years later at the age of 100. Thank you, George Burns. And thanks to the entire Oh God cast for their invaluable contributions to the world of motion picture classic cinema. Now, I was going to do a segment on the 1990s films of Brooke Shields, but Tim has cut the segment to make room for his awful music. So.
Woo!
It's not cold. What are we doing here? It's like... Alright, you're done here.
Yell at him!
Get off stage. What's up, Philly? Decker, Dakar, rocks. Am I right? We thought we'd do something a little different and sort of slow things down, sort of get down to the roots, kind of take things back to where it all began. And we've just been having a really good time doing this. So we hope you dig it. We're just gonna play a few songs for you guys. When I was a child, thought everything was fine. The sky was baby blue, and we fell in love. Clouds rolled in above. Yeah, you did what you had to do. Fill my heart, fill my soul, you fill my heart with a gaping hole, yeah. You trigger my anger, you trigger my pain, you trigger my losses, you trigger my pain. Oh, you trigger everything. You trigger my anger, you trigger my pain, you trigger my losses, you trigger my pain. Oh, you trigger everything. In my twisted cage, pain and rage, you drive my mind insane. Can we get along? Just admit you're wrong. I don't wanna play the game. Give my soul and you hand me on. Trigger my anger, you trigger my pain, you trigger my losses, you trigger my pain. Oh, you trigger everything. Trigger my anger, you trigger my pain, you trigger my losses, you trigger my gains. Oh, you trigger everything. Thank you guys. Now some rock groups will come out here and they'll wait till the very end of the show to play that song, that number one song, the number one ballad. We're gonna do it for you right now. A little bit of a different take on it. You check it out. Let's see. I'm like an empty bottle, left in my mind. Check you guys.
Yeah!
You know, there's music out there, there's songs out there that, you know, you don't know where they come from. Sometimes there's songs where you know exactly where they come from. And there are periods in the guy's life where tragedy comes into play. And it's the chicken and the egg thing. It's sort of that, like, if you don't have that incident, you don't have the song. And you wonder, would I have traded that? That experience, because it was one of the proudest things that I could take from such depths, such pain, and find something beautiful in there, and find something that can maybe be universal and maybe help you people get through some parts of your life that is not easy for you to get through. And as much as it pains me to do this and do it every night, this is beautiful. It's an important piece of work. So let's play for you. And my heart's broken. It's all turned down. And my future seems uncertain. She ain't coming back. Farewell, Tom Cruise. I miss you, son. You're coming back. Farewell, Tom Cruise. I miss you, son. And I know he's up in heaven. That's where he belongs. And there's one thing for certain. That boy inspired me to write this song. Yes, he did now. Farewell, Tom Cruise. Yes, son, you're coming back. Singing. Farewell, Tom Cruise. It's not by me, by the way. Although empty bottles up there. But this is also a song of heartbreak. This is a song of loss. This is a song of regrets. And it spoke to me the first time I heard it, and it continues to speak to me today, and I hope it speaks with you as well. I hope no one's had to go through something so terrible as this. But I know we've all had heartbreak. How many people here are divorced? How many people here are in the middle of a divorce or thinking about getting divorced?
of Philadelphia, PA. Not another place like it in the world. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, so good, so good. Please have a seat. Have a seat. Wow. Folks up on the sides, thank you. It's so good to be amongst friends. Special friends.
Yes.
Very special friends. And you know, in my administration, I try to look out for you folks. I try to take care of you, know what you want, and bring to you what I can. But there are people out there, and I know this is hard to believe, but there are people out there that don't like me. They are, yes, saying disparaging things about me. Well, as you know, there is a election coming up, and I feel like I may be in a little bit of trouble. So with that in mind, I wrote to my very good friend, Special Agent Jack Decker.
Yeah!
And I asked the mighty Jack if he would consider to be my running mate. Consider it. And as it happens, just as I was coming on stage here, I was handed a letter sent by special courier from none other than Special Agent Jack Decker. So I think that you and I, my very best friends, will find out together if he wants to be my running mate. Excuse me, and I'll read the letter. Read the letter. Dear Mr. President, sorry that it has taken me so long to respond to your letter, but I am in the deepest of Africa on vacation. Your letter took a circuitous route to reach me, and I'm assuming my response letter will take the same course. There has been some slight interruptions in my vacation, as there were about 50 illegal elephant ivory poachers. He goes on to say, he says, where I had to use my special wild elephant coal to herd a herd of wild elephants to stampede them.
Yes!
And the few remaining left alive, he turned over to the local constable. Jack Decker. He's a man's man. Hey, who wants a party, for goodness sakes? Well, he goes on to say that then, just as I was sitting down to lunch, some very bad men set fire to the rainforest. Set fire to the rainforest. Trying to drive out the natives from their rightful homes. He says it took me the better part of the afternoon to find and commandeer a water-dropping plane. Then he put out the fire, and he brought the outlaws to justice.
Yeah!
So all in all, he says it's been a very full day. Now, as for your request that I share the presidential ticket with you, I think you know my opinion of you, Mr. President. But as always, putting my personal feelings aside and putting my country first, I have given your request some serious thought. And this, Mr. President, is my answer. I will... What's going on here? You can't do this! You can't do this to me! I'm the President of the United States, for God's sake! President Decker!
CIA sent me. I was the only person alive who could crack the secret codes to get into this underground cave complex.
It is of course great to see you, but I'm afraid these codes are uncrackable. I'm destined to die in this prison cave.
Never fear, Kington is here. I've never been a code I couldn't crack. Now let's get to work. Oh, Davidson, I've never seen a code sequence quite like this. Somebody really doesn't want you to get out of this cave.
Look, they left and they said they're going to be back in an hour to execute me, and that was 55 minutes ago. You gotta hurry.
Davidson, answer me this. What was the name of the hotel that you were kidnapped from?
Royale. It was in a casino complex, you know, where all the
Royale? Casino?
yeah.
Casino Royale is the 5th James Bond movie. That has to be the key to cracking this code.
You want to explain that, just layman?
Casino Royale was released April 13, 1967. The official numerical code for that is 041367. That's got to be the combination. Let's go!
I'm not free. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness. I knew that kid could. I can't understand the words you're saying. I knew Kinky couldn't get me out of here. I know the only person that can get me out of here is Decker.
Freeze, you terrorist son of a bitch! I'm gonna catch. Freeze, asshole! Freeze, you're done. You're finished, you piece of shit. Fuck you. Get me out! Get me up! I can't get up. It's too high. This is why we. Oh, no, I got stairs. Hold on. Yo! Get the back, son of a bitch! You run back to your caves, you terrorist rat.
Oh, Decker, thank you so very much. You know, you're absolutely right about everything that you do. Listen, let's get back to Washington, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. This country owes Decker a great debt of gratitude. So I am proclaiming that this day, September 26th, be henceforth known as Special Agent Jack Decker Day. Special holiday where we all can stay home and just contemplate all the great things that Jack Decker has done for this country.
That's right.
Well, give me some crazy.
And Jack, Presidential Hero Medal. Only one of its kind, Jeff Decker.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, nation, as you have provided me with this great award. We remember all our lost troops and them and their families, and remember to always support our Constitution, and in Philadelphia especially. That's what you get for dealing with special interests as well. All right, thank you guys. That's the end of the play, and let's get this out of the way. Thank you guys.
Yeah!
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Still working out a few things. That's to be expected. But this is something that we're really proud of, we've been working hard on, and it's something that we're probably going to take to the Pulse of Music. We're probably going to take this, do the whole off-Broadway, onto Broadway thing in the next couple of years. Still working on the whole second act and all that kind of stuff, but it was a lot of fun to do for you guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. So that's definitely wonderful cast. First of all, Joe Estevez, Jason. Shakespeare says that, you can't have a good story without music. Shakespeare says you can't have a good story unless you've got good guys and bad guys. And our bad guys are the best. These are the terrorists, they're Al-Qaeda or Taliban, it could be. So let's bring out the one and only Axiom and Manuel, who we can't ever met. That's it for the cast of Decker the Play. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. And we're going to do a little break right now. Let's hear it for Joe. Let's hear it for Joe. TKR. And speaking of TKR, we're going to be doing a little, we're going to take an intermission now. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. And we are going to do something really special. We are going to do, because we're not having an after party, but we're going to give you guys a DKR VIP after party experience right now. It's a good time for you guys to check out, get a drink, hang out, take a break, but enjoy the DKR after party experience. It's going to be off the hook. Why don't say?
It's on Cinema After Cinema with me, your host, Tim Hyden.
Thank you very much. Hey guys! Hold on, I did not introduce you. Just stand back. I was just saying, hey guys. I know what you did. Come back. It's a much more, stop that. It's a much more cinematic or theatrical way of doing things, more professional. You'll appreciate it. Hey everybody, my name is Tim Heidecker and I'm the host of On Cinema at the Cinema. It's a movie review show. We talk about the new movies coming out, whether it's this, I guess today is Friday, so it's tonight, but this weekend or look at, going into this fall season. And we give you a look at what you should see or what you should not see. Before we get started, just give you guys a little health update on me. A lot of people have been asking how I'm doing physically and sort of where I'm at. I've gone through some pretty serious issues over the years, and thank you guys for all your care and concern. Bad is... All right, we won't do this because of him. Nobody wants that. No, I don't want to start this part of the show on a sour note.
Don't talk
You
about
do.
your health.
You do. No, but I just want to get this out of the way for informational reasons. The diabetes has kind of roared back this summer. And they've tried everything at this point. So I'm something I'm just going to be living with at this point. And whether or not I have to curtail certain sugars and certain fructose or whatever, glucose and all that, doing the pen and everything. And it's just who I am now. I'm just a diabetes-prone guy. Diabetes in me. So, anyways, that's the news. Other than that, I feel very good, very healthy, and had some tasty cakes this morning for breakfast. I was at Wawa, had a big glass of the iced tea. Really nice glass of iced tea there. And a hoagie and all the other stuff that you have here. My guest tonight is a film buff and knows a lot about movies. Is Greg Tokington. Hey guys!
Introduce a movie.
We don't need the fucking Greg bullshit, okay? You had your
It's fun, I
opportunity.
like it.
I don't like it. You had that opportunity at the beginning of the show when he came out and did that bullshit about God shit. So if you keep doing that, you're going to be escorted out onto the streets of Brooklyn, where you're probably going to get killed. Bad neighborhood's a bad spot for a venue.
At least if they get killed, they won't have to hear any more Dakar music.
All right, that's what I'm going to. Zero tolerance on that tonight. Zero tolerance on that. So we're not going to do any more digs at that. So just so you know, I'm warning you. That's it. You got the one shot. Good for you. But tonight, you know, this is a beautiful venue. It's a beautiful opportunity to be with you guys tonight, and I think it
Used to be a movie theater.
I think it would be respectful of the venue and of the seriousness of the occasion if we could just have. I know a few people are. It's actually a pretty good crowd for this, but if everybody could, all the men could take off their hats because it's disrespectful. Honor my wishes and take your Phillies hat. They're not going to the playoffs. Take the hat off. Your hats have to go. Take them off. Take your hats off. Take that shitty, cheap VFA hat off. You guys got ripped off. Take your fucking hat off. That two for the money bullshit. Take it the fuck off!
Mr. Al Pacino? Mr. Al Pacino is bullshit?
Yeah,
From 2000?
no, he's not. But he would
I'll
be.
put the hat back on because this is one of his best roles.
Let me tell you something about Al Pacino, okay? He was going, there's a true story. He was losing his hair at a rapid pace. He looked terrible, and he had a choice. He could spend a lot of money on plugs and put a lot of effort into making his head look good, or he could do what you do, is put on a hat. And Mr. Pacino chose to put the money into making his head look good and right and
But he's
professional.
not promoting movies then.
Yes, he is. He's
No,
not
because
promoting every movie he's ever been in.
He's promoting the movie of Hair, the musical, and that's it.
This is a rare piece of movie memorabilia on display, which is what these people paid for.
Was it in the movie?
Is to see things like this, to see things like this in person.
So you're telling me that two for the money 90s Al Pacino crap movie was
2005.
2005. That was in the movie? Because if it's in the movie...
It was on the set.
Well, would you please remove the hat so we can continue where we can
But
walk?
in Gone with the Wind, Clark Gable wouldn't wear a hat that says Gone with the Wind, but they might have those hats available to the crew, to the actors.
I could promote dozens of movies for my collection of movie hats by wearing these hats.
You look like a child, you look like a slob. People that wear hats on stage are basically children, so take it off. Or we can
Well,
just...
children love movies, and that's a good thing about children.
Let's pull the audience, because you guys want a professional show tonight, right?
Yeah!
It includes movie information. Let me make my case. You came to see movie information, or you came to see people's heads? You want to learn about movies? You want to learn about Al Pacino? Or you want to look at somebody's head?
I'll ask the question. That's your case. You've made your case.
Your show's not called On Hair and On
Well,
Heads and
that's
Shots.
the
It's called On Cinema Line. That's why I wear the hat.
Why? Is it sunny? Is there a problem? Why do you need to cover your head? How many people wish you would just take
Why
off
do you
the
need to
hat?
cover your head?
How many people think it's okay that he just leaves it on for you?
Al Pacino! Al Pacino! Al Pacino!
Well, will you remove the hat out of respect for the audience tonight?
Take it up!
Because I think that this is what they're paying for, is to see rare movie memorabilia. And the shirt, too, the shirt.
All right, that's your fucking warning. Get out!
Take it up!
We're not going to do it. Unless you behave. We're not going to tell you what movies to see, then you'll be screwed. Take it off.
Woo! Yeah!
Oh, put it on. I don't care. You look like a child. That's all I'm telling you as your friend. You look like
A child by the name of Tatum O'Neal won the Oscar in 1974 for Paper Moon, so
You look like,
don't discount children.
Tatum, you look like Tatum O'Neal. Good for you. Okay, something to be proud of. All right, let's talk about movies.
Well, having an Oscar in the cabinet would be something to be proud of. She'll never have from Fantastic Four.
All right, you want to talk about movies or
That's what I'm doing. I'm talking about Two for the Money, Paper Moon, Fantastic Four.
And thank you. Don't jump the gun. Coming up today, Friday. This is a big. I don't know what you're doing here. You should be at the movie theater seeing this great movie called Small Foot, which is directed by Carrie. It's a kids movie. It's directed by
Carrie Kirkpatrick and Jason Rising. Two directors, very unusual.
with Channing Tatum,
Tatum, like Tatum O'Neal, we were talking about earlier tonight.
Channing Tatum, Gina Rodriguez.
Rodagris, and Zendra, the great Zendra, who plays Michi. The story is,
So Smallfoot, a Yeti named Migo, is convinced that a human, only known as the Smallfoot, is real and has to prove to his tribe, prove to his tribe that it does exist with the help of Michi. We all know Michi and the SES, Smallfoot.
Evidentiary Society. And this stars Channing Tatum and is for Zendaya. And it's a Zendaya movie. So this is Bigfoot and Smallfoot, sorry, and this is
Big difference.
And this is a one-of-a-kind children's movie. It's for kids of all ages. It has a lot of action in it and a lot of snow. And it is full of snow. And the movie, for me, is one of the good movies of the year, great movies of the year. 5 bags of popcorn for me.
Yeah!
Definitely get out there, get on the Ritz 5, or the Ritz Bourse, and see Bigfoot. Smallfoot, sorry.
I'm going to agree with you. I do want to add that it's 96 minutes, and also in the cast is Danny DeVito.
That was not on my card. That's cool. I forgot about
Well,
that.
if you saw the movie, you would have recognized his voice. This is kind of an unofficial sequel, if you will, to Harry and the Hendersons, which was the first movie about Bigfoot. They call it Smallfoot, but really it is about Bigfoot. That's one of the flaws in the movie. The other flaw, I think this would have worked better as a live-action movie because it's been a long time since we've seen Danny DeVito on the silver screen, and I kind of
At home, you
missed
could be watching him on the show called Philadelphia.
I watch TV shows, but I would prefer to watch movies, and Danny DeVito's in a lot of good ones. And I think that they made a big mistake when they started shooting on animation and that type of thing. So
If you've got Danny DeVito on board, let's utilize his many gifts. And having him stand in some dark closet and speak into a microphone is not the same as the electricity that you get when Danny DeVito is on the silver screen. So I think they really dropped the ball. For that reason, I love the movie. But for that reason, I'm going to give it 4 bags of popcorn. Because I loved it. I think it's maybe the best movie of the year. But I'm going to dock it 1 bag for not utilizing Danny DeVito properly. But I'm going to restore that bag. Because Danny DeVito is fantastic in this movie. I give it 5 bags of popcorn. And 1 small foot, which would be a rabbit's foot that you could get, like a keychain or something.
So you love Danny, you love the audio of Danny, you love the audio of Danny, but you would almost prefer not only the audio, but also Danny DeVito.
just like I prefer Humphrey to Bogart.
All right, so a great movie of Smallfoot with Sandra.
And now you know it. Who else?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Little Danny DeVito. He's the little Smallfoot himself.
5 bags of popcorn for Mr. Tim Heidecker.
Thank you. So Bigfoot is in, Smallfoot is in theaters now. Go check it out.
I saw it this morning, actually, at 11 a.m. because we do have matinees here in New York.
Good for you. Matinees everywhere.
We're here.
Our next movie is Little Women. Little Women.
The remake Little Women coming to theaters Friday at the Bourse, September 28th. This is, excuse me, let me do the review. You want to do the review, go review in the toilet.
Where's your expertise at that time?
There is none, trust me.
Little Women, directed by Claire Niederpruem. It's a woman director. Claire Niederpruem, starring Lee Thompson, Ian Bohen, and Taylor Murphy. This is Little Women. It's you know what this is. It's a chick flick. It's a period piece with in more ways than one, if you know what I mean.
Costumes, and it's not for me. I mean, it's a little GAY, if you know what I mean. It's for chicks, and it's a chick flick.
You know, listen. I did not care for this. I did not think. It's not as a guy. I don't want to sit around and watch this kind of crap. You know. It's just. It's not for me. I'd rather be watching the game, the Yankees. Hey, right. You know, I mean, the Giants are looking good this year. So it's just not for me. And how many guys here feel the same way? I mean, it's like, yeah, you gotta just. I don't have time to watch some women knit and whatever they do in the movie. Put on the ribbons and the bows.
So my wife says, how about we go see Little Women? I say, I'm watching the Angles with the guys. But I have to, as a reviewer, that's my personal opinion, as a reviewer I have to look past that and think if I was a chick, if I was a broad, if I was a girl, I would give this 5 bags of popcorn. It's a well-made movie.
Yeah!
Checked off all the marks.
So this is one for the guys to skip. But the girls, if you want to go have a little day, a little fun girl night, get your Cosmos. Exactly. That's a 5-bagger for you ladies. So for the girls, it's 5 bags of popcorn from me. So and go out so the guys can get together and hang out, right? We go down to the bar and watch the game.
Yeah! I could not disagree more. This is a movie for everybody. This movie is going to win Oscars. It stars Leah Thompson from Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, but this is not Back to the Future. This is a very different thing.
I do think it's a fantastic Oscar contender for Best Picture. Very, very entertaining.
We don't know.
Wonderful characters. It's got laughs. It's got drama. It's got intrigue. It's beautiful colors, beautiful
I have
costumes.
something. I know you don't watch television, but you should check out this show called The Young and the Restless. It's a similar kind of thing for chicks.
I'm not going to watch that. But the movie is great. And you know what? There's a piece of trivia about Little Women that I don't think anybody here knows, but it's very, very interesting. And when you hear it, your jaw's going to be on the floor. I'm going to save it for later tonight. It's kind of a surprise. But keep it on the edge of your mind, this piece of trivia that I'm going to reveal a little bit later tonight.
As much as I love this movie, and I do, it is my Oscar pick for Best Picture of the Year. And I feel anyone could enjoy this. I don't know what's wrong with you, but anybody could enjoy this movie. But I have one major problem with it, and it's really not about the movie so much as it is about cinema in general. It's kind of a disturbing trend, where studios are taking these movies and titling them in these ways that sort of denigrate what's actually going on. You had Smallfoot that we reviewed earlier tonight, which was about Bigfoot. You have Little Women, which is about regular women. They're not Little Women. So I feel that they need to get whoever's in charge of titling movies, let's axe that person and bring in somebody else.
I'm going to go ahead and give it my rating. I'm going to give it 5 bags of popcorn, well deserved, and another rabbit's foot for good luck at the Oscars, because I do think that this movie has Oscar potential.
Well, I'll recommend something for the guys out there. There's a movie, a short film on I saw it on my computer last night called Big Women. That's actually. It's not a movie. No, well, I'll put it this way. I didn't get a chance. I don't know.
What's the running time?
I didn't get a chance to finish it. You know what I'm saying? I might finish it tonight in my hotel room.
It's better to watch movies in one sitting and not break them into pieces.
This has got, the censors wouldn't have approved this movie, believe me. Big Women.
Never heard of it.
Big Women 4, I think it was.
Our next movie. How many Halloween heads do we have here?
How many Friday the 13th freaks?
I love the gore. I love those movies.
Night of the Living Dead.
Anyways,
Psycho.
All right, enough. We've got a great one coming in September, actually coming out today, which is almost getting everybody excited for Halloween. It's called Hellfest. And Hellfest stars
This is
Gregory.
good.
It's directed by Gregory Plotkin, which is, this is a guy that obviously knows how to tell a story. Starring Bex Toddler to Klaus, Rain Edwards, bunch of no names, Tony Todd, two name, no name.
And we have a masked serial killer. Turns out it's a horror movie with serial killers and at an amusement park. So it's a very good movie. I love this movie. It scared me, and it has all the elements there to make it a 5-bagger. So it's a 5-bag picture for me. Might be the first horror movie ever win Oscars. So we'll see. Might be the first.
Psycho.
Didn't win an Oscar. So.
Did win an Oscar.
What did you think of Hellfest?
How many people here tonight bought tickets to the show and were pretty excited? And then walked in the door and said, oh, wait a minute, I didn't buy tickets to Hellfest, which is what you thought you were seeing when Dakar took
Wait,
place.
no. I'm not, shut up.
Boo! Tim!
Listen. I'm not gonna let that stand. I can take those kind of hits all night long. I can take them all night long. I'm a bigger man. But I'll be damned if I'm gonna let him take low blows at my brothers in arms, Axiom and Manuel. Hey, I'm not gonna do it.
And these are good guys from Italy who worked really hard to get here. These are immigrants. And they work their ass off a lot harder than you, where you sit in your chair and watch movies all day. Like an invalid.
They don't even
I
do
want you to
that.
do what the right thing is to say, I'm sorry, 2 words, say it now, or the show ends, we cut your mic, and you don't get to tell these people about these movies. All you have to say is, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that I entertained the crowd with it.
Boo!
I told the truth about it.
Doesn't cut it.
I'm sorry to Axiom. But those guys, I talked to
said
them.
I'm sorry to them.
I did. Yeah, they don't
Okay,
even know who
let's move on. I
Sophia
don't wanna
Loren
talk
is.
about
They're
it
supposed to be from Italy. Why don't they know who Sophia Loren is? Italian actress.
I'm
They
standing
don't
up
even know
for
who
my...
she is. So those guys,
I'm a stand-up
their heads
guy.
are in music,
I'm a
not in
stand-up
movies.
guy. I stand up for my friends, my brothers, the car boys. They deserve
People on your payroll.
These guys worked
car!
their ass off. And
Manuel literally worked his ass off because that's your face now.
What you need to do when we send everybody home and I send you back to California is you apologize to
Back
those
to Hollywood.
You say I'm sorry to those guys right now.
Sure, whatever. I don't
You
care.
say I'm
I'll
sorry.
say it. I don't care.
Get out of here.
I'm
Manuel,
sorry.
Axiom,
Go away. I'm sorry,
You look, no,
Axiom.
no.
Apologize!
You take the hat off and you look him in the fucking eye and you say I'm sorry.
Apologize!
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Okay, you did it. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry.
These guys are from Italy. I was talking to them backstage. They don't even know who Sophia
Who
Loren
cares?
is.
Who cares who anybody is?
Now
Thank you,
Axiom and
Manuel.
I are bonding, Manuel, because that's a nice gesture.
Thank you, Manuel.
Thank you, Manuel. I'm sorry.
Cheap shots. I thought the car was
Sorry,
great.
Manuel.
I thought the car was great tonight.
Woo!
I thought the car was great tonight.
The car! Woo!
Talk about movies in
Yeah.
theaters Friday, September 28th. Tonight is Night School. Speaking of night,
I would love to talk about it, but I didn't give my rating for Hellfest, which was 89 minutes, and it's 5 bags and a key to get out of this amusement park and go somewhere else. Do something else. Go see Hellfest instead of living Hellfest.
All right, we have the big one. I think this is the big movie of the year, Night School. This is a black movie, black people, with black people in it, a comedy, directed by Malcolm D. Lee, almost like Malcolm X, and Spike Lee, sort of Malcolm X and Spike Lee combined to be the Malcolm D. Lee.
What about the D?
The D would be for Devon, or
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Another great actor.
Unfortunately,
Oscar winner.
With a little taste of Billy D. Williams. With the D. So Empire Strikes Back.
this is a great movie with
And
Kevin
Return of
Hart.
the
Thank you.
Jedi.
I know. We all know that.
And The Wiz.
This stars the
Never
great.
discount the D.
Oh, we're gonna get a big applause here. The great Kevin Hart is in the movie.
Yeah!
And Tiffany Haddish and Keith David. I thought, before I give you my review, I always thought it was a shame that they couldn't find another actress with the last name of Soul, so that you can do Heart and Soul in Night School. I thought that would be pretty cool. And there's probably plenty of them out there. Or she could have changed her name to that at this point.
A lot of actors change their names.
Yeah. Anyways, this is a laugh riot. It's a laugh a minute. Very funny movie.
One of these great movies set at night. Always interested to see how they shoot that. How do you shoot movies at night? You gotta bring in lights and all the rest. And,
A lot of it's indoors.
A lot of it could be indoors, we don't know. That seems actually during the day, so, and that seems, yeah. But it is interesting, that's at night, so there you go. And this one is an easy five-bagger, it's an Oscar pick, it's a classic comedy, and we'll be seeing Night School 2 and Night School 3, and a number of Night School movies. Let's hope it continues and becomes a major trend that we see these kind of Night School movies. So
like that, yeah.
five bags, easy for me, not hard to make that call.
You gotta have Hart. You gotta have Kevin Hart. If you want to have a successful movie in 2018, that's one of the movie facts. When I saw the title, Night School, I said, hey, that's what we're doing. Going around into nightclubs and schooling people about some of the intricacies of the motion picture industry.
And that's what I liked about it. But
Well, they seem to have a pretty
Kevin
good
Hart
grasp on
is
the, they
great.
seem to have a pretty good grasp on the length of a few of these movies. That's about it.
I mean, the length is one thing, the quality is another, the director, the cast, the plot, these are all important
what are your-
aspects.
we're
If
running
the
out of
movie
time.
was, you don't care about movie length, so if Night School's 1 minute, then it's fine. I mean, it's important that the movie is 98 minutes. It's very important. And people, when they're making decisions and spending their hard-earned money, they don't want to go see a 1 minute movie. So it's good that we're here to give them the information so that they can choose wisely.
Yeah!
112 minutes you'd rather see to get more money, get more bang for your buck, you know?
Quantity over quality with you.
I give Night School 5 bags of popcorn.
Yeah!
One miniature diploma that you can take home as a souvenir to really make the night more special.
All right, one more new movie here is A Star Is Born, directed by Lady Gaga, directed by Bradley Cooper, starring Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper, Sam Elliott. And this
Great
is
Sam Elliott.
This is basically another two-namer. Sam and Elliott could be two first names. We have A Star Is Born.
So could Bradley Cooper.
Cooper, you're right, Cooper. And
Those are both first names.
this is another remake, of course. A Star Is Born is made several times over the years, and I'd like to think that I wouldn't be able to say A Star Is Born when it came to me, because I loved this movie. I found it very engaging, and I am a star, and I was not bored watching
You're
A
great in Fantastic Four.
Thank you. And so this is A Star Is Born, and I love this. This is the first time we're seeing Lady Gaga do her thing, and I was kind of blown away by her. I understood she's a musician, but this was her shining moment. I think she's going to go on to become a big star, and this is her moment. And sort of like, it occurs to me, we have Lady Gaga, maybe next year we'll have Lady Goo Goo, we don't know. Kind of a fun little thing to think about. But Bradley Cooper did such a great job directing this, from the Hangover movies, 1, 2, and 3. And I love this movie, A Star Is Born. Easily 5 bags of popcorn.
Yeah! Woo!
This is a great movie, and I hinted at this earlier, and now I'm going to reveal. I'm going to reveal something very special that you can take with you tonight when you leave here. A Star Is Born shares something with Little Women.
Oh!
Yeah. Both of these films, if you have the Guinness Book of World Records, which if you look through it, you'll see I'm in there for watching 501 movies in 501 days. But get the 2019 edition and look it up. Look this up. Mark my words, look it up. Which movies have been remade the most times? There's 2 of them. There's A Star Is Born and Little Women. They both came out this week. 4 times each. 4 times each. Star Is Born 1937, 1954, 1976, and 2018 to get in the Guinness Book. That's probably why they did it.
More boring shit from that Guinness Book of World Records. Doesn't matter.
Woo!
You're not in it. You could be in it for having the most fans that nobody wants to hear.
I'm a This is a kind of a new segment we're doing on the road. Is we don't usually look at this, but new to video. This are movies that came out earlier this year that are coming to video. Coming October 16th.
What is this?
The coming October 16th is the DVD and digital release of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah!
Ant-Man
Woo!
and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Directed by Peyton Reed, starring Paul Rudd, Evagena Lee, Lilly, Michael Pena, and Tim Heidecker.
Yeah!
Scott Lang stars as the Ant-Man, balancing being a superhero and a father. And then, you know what happens in Ant-Man, because everybody saw it, am I right? How many people loved Ant-Man and the Wasp? The original And this was a fun movie to be a part of. I just want to share with you. I'm so happy it's finally out on video, because some people didn't get a chance to see it. But how many people got a chance to see it in the theater? Actually, IMAX? To do the IMAX is unbelievable. And it was really... It was a pleasure to be in the movie. And you know, my people always say, "What are your favorite memories?" You know, I guess getting to sort of develop the character of Dr. Dean Googler on the with Peyton and the Marvel guys, and little secret stuff that I'm going to tell this audience is we are now looking at a 2020 production date start for the Whaleman film.
Yeah! Woo!
That will be one of the
Yeah!
movies where we see Ant-Man himself, or Whaleman himself, be born. And we see him, Googler, as you guys know, is a whale watching expert. And, I don't want to give too much away, but this is going to be a spoiler alert. Googler falls off the boat, and I guess we don't know how we're going to do it, but I imagine he's going to get eaten by some whale, almost like in the Jonah story from the Bible, and we're not sure, he's going to become the whale somehow. And the whole thing is very exciting. So anyways, see the origin story for Whaleman is Ant-Man and the Wasp. And it's a terrific movie, 5 bags of popcorn, of course 6 bags actually, 6 bags of popcorn for me. And you're ineligible for reviewing this movie because it's on video, and it's not on VHS. It's not on anything, it doesn't exist. It does exist.
Ant-Man versus the Wasp is a hoax video trailer. Some of Tim's buddies, who he paid $10,000 to, took outtakes, deleted scenes from the one and only Ant-Man movie, which starred Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Greg Turkington. And he took the deleted scenes from this movie and spliced it together with his vacation footage when he went to Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco, went to Pier 39.
That's wrong.
And they spliced it together, and they put out this 2-minute phony trailer. It's fake movies. It's not a real movie. Because when you said how many people saw this, 4 people raised their hand. Well, and they're insane. They'll raise their hand for anything. They just like the attention. But in terms of people actually seeing movies, this is a movie crowd. This is a movie crowd. That's why they're here. If you only have 4 people standing up, that's a sign that the movie was a hoax. And Ant-Man versus the Wasp is a hoax. No. Did you notice he said Peyton Reed directed?
That's a mistake. It's Peyton
He didn't
Reed.
say Peyton Reed because Peyton Reed had nothing to do with this.
Okay, well, you live in your cloud
There's
world.
no
You live in
movie,
your
there's no
delusion,
DVD.
and then you'll become the first person in line to see Whaleman when it comes out 2020. So
Yeah,
you'll be
sure.
here in 5 days.
I'll be the first person in line to see the 30 seconds of crap on YouTube that your weird friends put up and claim as a Whaleman trailer.
I'm looking on YouTube. Look it up. YouTube. Ant-Man versus the Wasp trailer. There's like, 750 views. His friends watching this fake hoax trailer. They did it. These are all outtakes. This is all stuff they didn't need for the first Ant-Man movie because they had so much good stuff. Your vacation videos, I'm sorry, but it's very clear when you saw that, it was grainier. It didn't look the same.
Let's let him have that little shall we, folks? No. I agree with you, by the way. I was so lenient and so understanding with him. And how many strikes is he going to get? I mean,
Maybe we don't.
There's not gonna be a whale man
Maybe we
movie.
won't play
How is
Step the
a
Buff
whale
now.
gonna do
Maybe we
anything?
won't play Step the Buff now.
What is it gonna? How's a whale
Maybe we
gonna do
won't play
anything in a
Step the
major
Buff now.
city?
You want to not play Step the Buff? You want
What
to go
do
to
you-
your room?
Can you drop a whale
Hey.
into Brooklyn and expect him to help anything? He'll just flop around and die.
Okay. Well, we won't play Step the Buff.
No, we should do. Yeah, we should do that.
All right, we'd like to move things along and play a game. I know some of you participated in this. This guy over here, he thinks that he's a film buff. He thinks he knows everything about movies.
Yeah.
I think there's people out there that can stump this buff. Don't you? Now, we're going to make things a little interesting.
Yes, I want to change gears here right now, and a lot of people write me and ask how Mark is doing. He was in a minor accident during the Oscar special, and he's been on the mend, and he's been recovering in his own ways, at his own speed, and it's been traumatic, and it's been upsetting and sad, frankly, but we know he's getting better, and maybe you have an update that I don't know about, because I'm not out of the loop a little bit.
I saw Mark 3 days ago, and I'll tell you something. His heart is still beating. It's just pounding in his chest.
Yeah.
That's the difference between him and people who are doing worse than him. As long as it's pumping the blood through his legs and arms, and
He's got a fighting chance, right?
yeah, because it's not. I don't know if the blood's getting to the brain at this point, but it's getting. He's still alive. He's very pale. I think he's gonna pull through, and
Well, let's
I'll
do
tell
this.
you, there
We
are
put-
no W.C. Fields impersonators have come along to replace him.
So we made our guys back there made a little tribute to Mark, and it's something we're going to show you guys right now. Is a little tribute to Mark, and please keep him in your prayers and your thoughts. Let's think about Mark right now. Take a minute to celebrate his life. Let's see the accurate.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes, I'm W.C. Fields, and I'm happy to be here at
A lot of the people think that the stunts hurt, but they never hurt. We always use rubber hammers and foam wrenches.
We have a very popular segment from the TV show, which is Popcorn Classics.
This is a very popular segment of the show. Today's Popcorn Classic is Mother Jugs and Speed from 1976.
The 70s movie, that's cool.
It's 106 minutes. directed by Peter Yates, starring Raquel Welch from 1 Million Years BC and Kansas City Bomber, Harvey Keitel from Taxi Driver, Bill Cosby, and Larry Hagman from The Cavern, directed by Edgar Ulmer. This is a hilarious movie shot in the beach town of Venice, California, about a renegade ambulance company. And Raquel Welch brings verve and vibrancy and to beat out competing ambulance services, an ace driver, an office secretary, Raquel Welch, a suspended cop, Harvey Keitel, resort to some outrageous behavior. So you have to see this movie. It's a true popcorn classic, and it's one that will live forever, and it is 106 minutes and co-stars Alan Garfield and Dick Butkus and L.Q. Jones and Bruce Davis. Mother Jugs and Speed.
Woo!
Sounds pretty good.
It is really good.
All right, another very popular segment that we've done a few times that we're doing in a very different way that you guys hopefully know about is we're going to put this guy to the test. And I want to know, does he know about movies or not? Does anybody think he knows one thing about movies? We're going to play a game called Stump the Buff.
If you can stump the buff, if somebody here tonight, what is all this chatter? Shut up. What are you saying to each other? I filled out a card. I filled out a card. Shut up! If you... Shut up! Nothing to say. Well, use your ears, not your mouth. If you can stump the buff, which you can't, which you could, you will win a $1,000 gift certificate to Carrabba's Italian Grill. $1,000 of the delicious food that Carrabba's provides. This is real Italian food. This is home cooked. This is right out of Mama's Kitchen Italian food. This is Brooklyn style Italian food. Carrabba's. So, to help us out tonight, we have an executive judge. We have a judge like no other. He's going to be a great judge. He is a great judge.
He's played a judge in 7 movies.
Okay. His name is, he's going to come out here with the questions. We're going to randomly draw a few questions and see who can stump the buff. I'd like to welcome to the stage one of the greats, Mr. Joe Esteban. All right.
Thank you.
We got the questions here sealed, and your role here really is people love you. I mean, the people love you. That's
Joe Esteban is going to go in the Guinness Book of World Records for starring in the most movies of all time.
That's true.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
But
I saw 501 movies in 500 days. He made 501 movies in 501 days.
Whoa!
Joe is here as an impartial judge. He is sort of the umpire. He's here to call balls and strikes. And if you need some more information to verify a claim or an answer, we can do that. JP is here, and he can provide some answers if there's some questions. We want to get this right. We want this to be a fair process.
Yeah.
And we want this to be on the umpire.
Yeah. Kind of a referee.
Yeah, well, I said umpire. You know,
Okay.
that's the same
All
thing.
right. Referee. Yeah.
An umpire. And so let me just take our first question and
all right.
randomly pick.
You got a lot of. Oh man, this thing is
A lot of questions, guys.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at, where's Katie Dolan? Katie Dolan.
Katie Dolan.
Where's Katie? Come on up, Katie. I'm going to invite you up here and give you a chance to meet the buff face to face. Come on up. You'll figure it out. Come on, Katie. Quickly.
Welcome to Craft Italian Grill and Bread.
Barry, Katie, why don't you run in now?
Come on inside, let me show you the store we got for you today.
Come on, quick, up the middle, up the middle. Up the middle.
Come on inside, guys. Let's show you what we got.
This better be worth it.
Going on. We got some great friends in the house.
Yeah!
Other side, how are you? Nice to meet you, Katie Dolan.
Whoops. Nice to meet you.
Almost like Mickey Dolan.
Hi, Katie. Thank you for your service
You
to
take
movies.
this?
Stand next to Joe.
Okay. All right.
All right. How are you?
Doing very well.
You enjoying the show?
Am I dreaming?
All right. Now this, you wrote this beautiful penmanship, by the way. This is beautiful, beautiful penmanship. You're gonna see Little Women?
No.
Okay.
Just make it on your radio.
Yeah.
Big mistake.
We should go see the Mets, huh?
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Or the Yanks.
Either one.
Or the movie Fever Pitch, which is a baseball movie.
That's about the Red Sox. Boo.
Pride of the Yankees from Gary Cooper.
All right. What? All right. You read the question. You think you're gonna get that $1,000 gift certificate
I think
for
I
Roberts?
am. Actually, no, I am.
Wow. Speak loudly into the mic.
Are you ready, Greg?
Come into the light.
I hope so. I hope.
What famous musician is seen gardening in Disney's 2002 movie, The Country Bears?
Wait, this is it a cartoon?
No, it's a live
Oh,
action.
it's a live action. Country Bears.
Jim Henson Bears.
From 2002, 1 year after 9/11.
Yeah.
You wanted to repeat that?
Hard time for
Country Bear.
Yeah, could you repeat that for me?
Yes, I would love to. Okay. What famous musician is seen gardening in Disney's 2002 movie, The Country Bears?
You're not a big Disney guy.
Can I ask you, is this famous musician an actor as well? Have they been in other movies?
I'd say he's more known as a musician.
Okay.
This might be his acting debut.
This could be over quick.
I did see the Country Bears. I do own. We have it at the Victorville Film Archive, folks. If you don't have the basis for a good VHS collection, stop by the merch booth. We're selling some of.
Not an opportunity to plug. Did you know the answer or not?
I do know the answer. This musician, as you call him, is in fact an actor. He also appeared in Ken Russell's Tommy back in 1974. His name is Elton John.
Elton John! He's good. He's good. I don't want the button. Thank you, man. We have to do something. We'll have to do something with it.
I must be
We'll have to
living
do
here.
something with it. We don't know. I'll hold it, but I have to give it to you. I don't want it.
All right.
This is Mary Robinson, like Mrs. Robinson. Mary Robinson.
The Graduate.
Where's Mary Robinson?
Starring
Come on up, Mary. Come on
Dustin
up.
Hoffman.
Get up here quick. If I'm gonna
Kramer
come
versus Kramer.
if I call your name, get up here as quick as you can. You have to run. There's no reason why you're not running. This is not a lazy day in the park. All right, Mary Robinson with a trick question, I believe, or at least a
Come over
trick.
here,
Come on
Mary.
over here, Mary. Come on, right next to me.
She's a little scared of the tip. With good reason.
She's got the pants the color of piss.
Mary, come on over here.
Still with Joe.
I would say the color of popcorn butter. Very different substance.
All right, so question. Would you like to read the question here? Just read the question. You know the answer, I hope.
David wakes up.
Quiet with that. Who can hear you? Who can hear them?
David wakes up how many years into the future in the Flight of the Navigator?
In the Flight of the Navigator. David wakes. Who's David? David is the boy. He wakes up how many years into the future in the Flight of the Navigator? Question from Mary Robinson.
This is the 80s Flight of the Navigator, or a different one? 80s. Howard Hessman. And the great Paul Rubens.
That's not the question, by the way. We're looking for the number of years in the future this character goes. So you're stalling, and I almost want to give you the damn card and say goodnight.
Do you know the number of years? She thinks so.
Well, if it's number of years or number of months?
Do you know the answer?
I'm gonna say 8 years.
8 years.
That's terrific. Good luck to you. You know, before we move on to the next question, I just want to say one thing because Ax, are you there? Axiom? Are you around? This is so funny because Axiom's from Italy. And he spent, last night he actually was such a crazy had dinner. So you had dinner at Carrabba's? Is that something that you're making up? Is that such a... Tell us about it, because you were raving. This kid was calling me at 11 at night going, the best food I've ever had in my life.
True. This is from the horse's mouth. This guy knows Italian food, am I right? Of course I do. And
doesn't know movies.
Step to the center and give us your honest, and I don't want you to bullshit us. What is your honest review of the Carrabba's experience? Sit down! Why are you standing? You want to stand? Go back there with those poor people. They can sit.
Oh.
God damn it, you have to pee? He's standing. You got thumbtacks on your chair? All right. I'm sorry I interrupted you. Give me the truth. Give me the truth.
All right. So long story short, I'm an Italian living in America. I moved here 3 years ago. And since I moved in America, I always had troubles, finding good Italian food. It's just a nightmare. Tim was talking to me about this Carrabba's place. I went there.
We're all talking about it.
And I went there to check it out, and it was just so good. It's so amazing. And that got me thinking, that it's so great because I go back home to Italy pretty much once every year, at once. So, that this is such a great thing for me because it's gonna change everything from now on. I'm not gonna have to wait 12 months to get some great Italian food from my grandma.
Woo!
Thank you, Axiom, for sharing an amazing story.
I go to Italy once a year, and to have a good meal, it takes me, 12 months. but now that I found out about Carrabba's, I can go to Carrabba's whenever I want.
Well, it's like going home.
It's like going home.
Woo!
It's cheaper,
It's cheaper than the flight.
Yeah.
Now, what did you have? What was the dish?
Okay, so you go to Carrabba's Italian Grill. So when I went there, the name was like, damn, should I have pasta? Or should I have meat because it's an Italian grill?
Yeah.
But they have this great option because you don't want
I just asked you what you had. I didn't know the
Okay,
whole
so
backstory.
long story short, I just had like this, the meat with pasta on top.
Nice.
So it kind of, I had the whole experience.
Best of both worlds. What's it? That's what you recommended.
That's what I recommend.
Anyways, let's get back to the game.
Absolutely. Vignettes.
Italian like the Godfather, when you were at the Carrabba's?
The owner is Italian, the staff is Italian. It was great. It was
terrific.
Do you know who Sophia Loren was?
Boo!
Be careful. Okay, all right.
Okay. Name. So this is from another woman in the house, Trisha Hoffman. Trisha Hoffman. Are you here?
Like Dustin Hoffman.
Trisha. Trisha.
Kramer versus Kramer.
Hurry up, Trisha. Where is she? Is she here? There she is. She's coming. Run, Trisha!
Welcome, Trisha.
How are you? Nice to see you. Stay cool. These are hard questions.
Here, you take this.
Either you remember it or you don't. Be honest with me. Say, no, Tim, I'd like to see the question.
No, Tim, I'd really like to see the question.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Read that. It's your writing.
Name the
Name? What's name? Name?
Name?
That's shrill. There's a lot of treble in this. Can we take the treble down? Just lower your voice a little.
Name the actor who plays Charlie Bucket's paternal grandfather in
Tim Burton's Let me read it. Just
Charlie?
name the actor who plays Charlie Bucket's paternal grandfather in Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Tim Burton's.
Not the original.
Paternal
Good one.
or maternal? This could be a trick question.
Paternal.
So paternal.
Yeah.
His paternal grandfather, of course, his last name is also Buckets.
The actor.
Yeah.
The actor. We're looking for the actor. Right.
In the 1974,
the remake with Tim fucking Burton.
2005.
Well, it was a different movie. It was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The original was called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So it's a different movie.
You're stalling. You're filibustering. What is it?
It's Grandpa Joe is the character.
Who is the actor?
I believe it's David Kelly.
That's correct. Somebody bought that for me.
You can take it. It's a great movie. Tom Cruise is one of the greats. No, I don't want it. I have many.
I like it. Thank you.
All right. Give me Scott for a second. God damn it.
Thank you. Oh, but you bought this shirt tonight. No, you gotta take that.
Okay. We'll keep playing after a
We are
while.
selling duplicate copies from the Victorville Film Archive here tonight that actually came from the floor of our new 6-story building. And that was where she got that. And it has
So
an
listen,
official
I know you had your opportunity to plug your stupid film boxes of films. I give you a lot of free airtime at the beginning. We are still looking to get rid of this $1,000 gift certificate for Carrabba's Italian Grill. It's a great, genuine Italian food experience. And I want to take just before we go to the next question, let's take a minute and hear from the owner of Carrabba's who has a special message for you guys. Let's take a minute. Let's get the lights for this.
Yeah!
Welcome to Carrabba's Italian Grill in Bradford, down the properties. My name's Sean, I'm the partner. Come on inside, let me show you the store we got for you today. Come on inside, guys. Let's show you what we got. We got a little chamber drink going on. We got some great friends in the house. Let's introduce you to some of the people we got today.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
All right, let's see what we got. We have time for one more or two more?
There's a lot in here,
Let me see. Oh, we got a couple more. I think we have time for a couple more, right, folks?
Yeah!
Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's Lewis Dasher here. Lewis. Hey, Lou! Oh, no, Lou! What you doing, Lou? Coming up here? Get up here, Lou. Hey, it's Lou, man. Fucking guy. Hey, fucking guy. Hey, oh, there, Lou. That's himself. Look at this. He's got fucking sushi on his shirt there. Fucking stupid shit there.
Stupid fucking shirt.
Hey, fucking dumb shirt, you big fucking hairy chest, you big fucking mop head there.
They're not going to want to come up and read the questions.
This is a tough one. Lewis, do you want to read the question? You have a normal voice?
Yeah, somewhat.
Don't do any kind of weird voice. Just read it normally. You fucking sushi shirt, you fucking California roll on it.
So, who played Howard the Duck in George Lucas's classic Howard the Duck?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he's. I think you're going. Me and you're going for some Italian food there.
And maybe Olive Garden?
No, fucking Carrabba's.
Yeah! Woo!
There's no way you know the answer to this.
I can tell you one thing about Howard the Duck. One thing it shares in common with Star Trek 2. Both films were shot in San Francisco.
That wasn't the question. Is that your answer?
No.
Just give him the thing right now.
Howard the Duck, George Lucas?
I think he produced
George
it.
Lucas? You're saying George Lucas?
No.
Okay.
I'm just confirming that we're talking about the same Howard the Duck. There's a lot of different movies that put out that time. Who played Howard the Duck?
Who played Howard the Duck?
This is a trick question. I'm going to try to do it, but this guy is throwing us a curveball here tonight, so I hope Carrabba's doesn't. They're going to put you in Carrabba's jail for trying to do this.
That's not a bad place to be, by the way.
Woo!
It'd be terrific.
Ed Gale was in the Howard the Duck costume. Chip Zien did the voice of Howard the Duck.
Oh!
It's not Seth Green.
Wow. That's unbelievable. He really knows these encyclopedia. Wow.
What do I get if I get on
You
this
just
right?
get the honor of being the premier buff that there is.
Maybe another interesting
A lot of questions.
All right.
All right, is John Wallace here? Do we have John Wallace? Come on up, John, quickly. Take your hat off and get up here. Some dignity and respect for the process. Okay, here's your question. You want to read it? Quickly.
There you go. All right.
What are you, Llewyn Davis or something? What are you? What are you, Free Will and Bob Dylan? Yeah.
All right, Greg. Which was Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn's first movie together?
Which? That's the wrong word.
First or last?
First.
Which?
Last was Guess Who's Coming Together. We want the first, not the last. Last was Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier.
All right, what's the first? Don't be an asshole. This kid's hungry.
First?
The first! Now!
Good question.
All right, it's a good question.
That is a good one. Have not been asked that before.
Answer it now.
Is this Spencer Tracy?
Yes, answer it. Or you don't know. 5,
No.
4, 3.
I think that this
2,
movie came out in 1942 and was called Woman of the Year. Thanks for time. Get the hell out of here.
All right. Yeah, you got to go in there. Okay. All right.
Okay, this is a question from Kevin. Do we have a Kevin? There's probably a couple of Kevins. It's Kevin with a K. Kevin K. Kevin K, are you here? Can you come up? Come on up, Kevin. No. Do we have Kevin? Where's Kevin? Oh, there it is. Oh, sorry, wrong Kevin. There's a couple. Come on up. There's a couple. There's a wrong Kevin. Oh, look at you. You're so agile. Kevin, what's your last name? Kevin Kline from what was one of the movies you were in? I don't know any of them. Awards. Yeah.
By the awards.
Wow, that's pretty cool. You got a 5-bagger in the house.
Yeah! Woo!
You want to read the question?
You think you can stop the buck?
Yeah.
What was the running time?
Uh-oh. That's a good one. Go ahead.
Cold days. The running time.
Not the co-stars.
The running time of the movie Dave. I didn't get a chance to see that one.
So the theatrical running time,
What's it about?
well, Dave is the president. He's mistaken.
We got a president right here. We got a real president right here, not this clown.
We have 2 presidents on. Well, actually, we have 5 presidents on stage. Jason Davidson, Dave, and then you also played Ulysses S. Grant. Wild Wild West. And also Dave.
Yeah.
And also President Miller.
No, I think his name was Bill something. I forget.
From Dave.
Yeah, there was the real president.
It was like a switcheroo movie or something?
Yeah, look-alike who imitates the president.
Like Freaky Friday with Jodie Foster.
All right, well, you're stalling. I'm sure
Freaky
Kevin is hungry for some Italian food.
With mistaken identity, like with Dave, with the mistaken president.
What is the answer?
Oh,
Do you
the
know
running
it?
time?
Running time
Yeah,
of Dave.
yeah, it's 110 minutes.
It is.
What? That's unbelievable. All right, well, I guess Kevin's going hungry. Kevin's going hungry.
Thank you, sir.
I thought you were making a movie.
I'm here. Do you have any management use?
We're running late. We're running late.
I know I have a question for him.
I've got lots of anecdotes.
No, we just have the other. We have more questions. We have more questions from the audience. So
Ask me how many minutes Wanda was.
I know you're here.
Hey, ask me how many minutes Wanda was.
How many minutes was it?
108.
If you want to go,
Movie time!
if you want to go tell anecdotes, go on the Tonight Show or something. We don't need that here. Thank you so much, Kevin. Good to meet you. All right, let's pick another. Let's see if somebody can win the $1,000 gift.
Are you ready, Tim? All right. We've got a lot of.
I'm looking for Matt Hernandez. Matt Hernandez. Come on up, Matt.
Wow.
Oh, just get on the stage. You can do it. If Decker can do it, you can do it.
All right.
We got the big beat boy here. Oh, it looks like you just got out of prison or something. You got a prison.
Like the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah, we know. There's a lot of movie theaters, there's a lot of prison movies. You have to go through. Okay.
Birdman of Alcatraz with Burt Lancaster.
You want to read that?
64.
Alright, so what 1988 blockbuster's famous filming location shared a parking lot with the movie Airheads?
Okay. Let's look at that again, because you don't know how to speak in a microphone. What 1988, isn't that nice? Blockbuster, famous filming location, shared a parking lot with the movie Airheads.
So a parking lot that was seen in the movie, or a parking lot that was just used by the crew?
It was what 1988 Blockbuster's famous filming location. So we're looking for a famous filming location for the movie Airheads. I don't think he's gonna get it, folks. I think you and I are gonna have a nice dinner. Not me, but not you and your girlfriend.
Can I ask a girlfriend? Ask one question.
Girlfriend, take her out for a nice Italian dinner.
Craig, you got a question?
Manicotti.
What year was the Blockbuster?
88.
Airheads.
Did this filming location happen to be in Century City, California? It's Die Hard.
Looks like you're eating at Blimpies tonight. You're eating at Blimpies tonight. No Carrabba's like Seinfeld. No Carrabba's for you. Oh, you can go there. You just have to pay full price, which I recommend doing. Ryan Wiener. Ryan Wiener. What is Ryan? Where's Ryan? Come on up, Ryan. Come on up. All right, I should have said. If I call your name, come on up.
Like Ryan O'Neal, Tatum O'Neal's dad from Paper Moon.
Is it Wiener or Weiner? Either.
O'Neal.
Crawford Italian Grill and Bread, and Dr. Providence. My name's Sean, I'm the partner. Come on inside.
Go
Where do you
Ryan!
think you're going? Stand right here.
Okay, that's for you. Any relation to Ryan O'Neal?
Is your mic on? You know how to operate that? Yep.
It's on.
Hey, hi. All right, Ryan.
Columbia. He has a Columbia Pictures jacket.
Okay.
He's good. He's good.
You want to read this or should I? Okay. What, Greg, this is your first question. What is the name of the 4th movie in the Jaws franchise?
Jaws of Revenge. Get out of here, Ryan.
It's actually Jaws 3, right?
I don't know.
Because Close Encounters is Jaws 2.
And he said revenge was
Jaws
the
3 would be the 4th one.
Okay, well, this is how it's going to go. This is how it's been going. He's been nailing it.
Jesus. Your door is wide open.
Yes,
I think you should probably stand up on stage and
I want to get something good. All right, now we got...
Italian Grill and Bread, and Dr. Providence. My name's Sean, I'm the partner.
Okay, where's David? David? There's a lot of Davids here, probably, but most of the guys... David, if your name's David, stand up. Let's see what next time. No, there's not only one David here, is there? I know there's one, but are there more Davids? That's pretty interesting. Come on up, David.
Go, David!
By the way, come on up, David. I'm proud of our Carrabba's. Hello, David. How are you?
Don't stand in front of me.
I'm proud of this. I really am. I'm proud to be associated with this because there's a lot of options you guys have in New York for food. Blimpies. We had Blimpies the other day, which was good, but Nathan's and a lot of options. Subway, but this is something else. And I bring this up because Axiom is my friend Axiom from Dakar, NDKR, is Italian. And Axiom, come out here. I want you to say what's wrong. That's okay. Come on. Just stand up. I'm not ready for you yet. Stay back.
Sit down! Let me show this story we got for you today.
This is such a cool story. You're from where are you from in Italy?
I'm from Modena. It's a city.
I don't know. I mean, that sounds right, but. And on Tuesday.
Hey, Axiom.
Shut up.
If you're really from Italy, who's Sophia Loren?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, you told me that on Tuesday, where did you have dinner?
Had dinner at Carrabba's, yeah.
At where? Turn it off! Where did you have dinner?
Carrabba's.
Carrabba's. Now, I don't want to feed you anything. I don't want to force you to do anything. If you don't want to do it, walk off. Talk to me about the experience of Carrabba's. Tell us about your meal because you're the expert.
Okay, so well, first off, it was phenomenal. It was great. Well, I think as an Italian living in America, I moved here 3 years ago. When I came here, the Italian food wasn't good as it was at home. Of course, and I had a lot of trouble trying to find decent restaurants, and I found myself having decent meals just once a year when I go visit home, and that kind of sucked. Okay, yeah. But then now I found out about Carrabba's, and it's awesome. It just feels like going back home. It's so authentic.
Wow. And tell us. Do you remember what you had?
Well, you know, it's Carrabba's Italian Grill, so you would think that the meat and the grill is great, but because I'm a big pasta lover, I just, they have this special option where, you know, you don't have to choose between pasta or meat, so it's like meat on you know, meat and pasta on top, so it's like, it's just great.
Thank you.
Yeah!
Thank you for sharing that.
Hope you guys win. It's
Anybody
amazing.
getting hungry?
Yeah!
All right, let's get back to the game. Let's get a new card. Where's the card?
David.
Where's the card? Where's the one I had? Oh, here it is. Okay. Do you want to read this, David?
I guess.
I guess.
Is any relation to David O. Selznick, the producer of Gone with the Wind?
I wish. Well, no, I don't. Anyway, this is a Greg question. Who starred 1981's Cruising?
I bet he's gonna say Tom Cruise. I bet he's gonna say Tom Cruise.
David, did you, when you walked into the room tonight, did you happen to see the hat, the movie memorabilia hat I'm wearing?
Yes, I did.
Which is worth quite a bit of money, but did you happen to notice the title of the movie?
Two for the Money.
Two for the Money. Do you know who the star of Two for the Money was?
This isn't your question again. What's the answer?
Well, the great
The exact same star of the movie Cruising, Mr.
Greg
Al
knows what you're
Pacino.
talking about.
Al
You're getting all the you're getting all the lobs. You're getting all the easy ones tonight. I'm gonna try to pick out a
You didn't
hard
know
one.
that? You don't even know who the star of The Godfather was.
Mix them up. Get a good one in there.
All right, we have one more chance now for this audience. One more chance, and I think we should just mix them up. Who thinks they're gonna get it? Does anybody think that they have it? Well, it doesn't work that way. We have to be fair. Call out. Devin, is Devin here? Just simply Devin. One name Devin, like Cher. Get up here, Devin.
Can't be very many Devins.
You got it. You got it.
Devin, I've got a question for you. Did you know that nobody named Devin has ever acted in a movie that was nominated for an Academy Award? Wow.
Here you go, Devin.
All right, Devin. This is your chance. What do you do, Devin? You work? Who cares?
I work at a psych center.
Psych center. This guy. You got a room? You got a bed for him? All right. You want to read the question? This is a simple one. He's either going to know it or he's not. And I can go either way. Joe, do you have any bets on this one? He's been killing it.
He's tough. I mean, this guy is.
He's unbeatable.
I've seen all the movies.
Got a photograph in there.
What is the running time for RoboCop 2004?
Oh, okay. What is the run? Do you know the answer to this?
No.
Okay, well, so here's what we're gonna have to do. JP.
Why are you asking questions you don't know the answer to?
That's a good point.
JP, you can look that
Well,
up.
can you get on the Wikipedia and look up the running time of, and you can go over there.
The original RoboCop or the remake?
RoboCop 2014.
Okay, so the remake.
So here's what I want to do. I want to make
So
this.
that's the better one.
This is on the level. Joe, you and Devin get that information without Greg knowing. Okay? That's what we have to do.
Okay.
So we have to figure this out.
Okay.
I'm not
So
worried
get
about
that from JP. It's a clean process, and it's fair. It's a fair process. Don't say it out loud, Joe.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. And Devin, you understand that that's the running time.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We're all on the same page.
Okay. All right.
The running time of RoboCop 2014 is, that's the question, Greg.
119 minutes.
119 minutes. Joe, is that the right answer?
It is not.
Joe, the Tim. Okay.
What is the correct? First of all, what is the correct answer, Joe? Can we get? Hold on, I don't know about this.
Wikipedia?
No. What is the correct answer, Joe?
2 hours and 1 minute.
Okay. Well, what is that in terms of what you
121 minutes.
121. Well, Wikipedia
You said
says
119.
that. Yeah, I said 119.
Yeah.
Wikipedia, as you all know, anyone can submit to that. So on Wikipedia, yes, it says 2 hours and 1 minute.
Yes.
Anybody here, and I urge you to back me up on this, go to Amazon.com and look it up. It's 120 minutes on Amazon.
Okay. If you have your phone out here,
And then if you find,
you have your
look
phone
it
out.
up.
What's your name? What's your name? You've been on your phone all night. Now, why don't you use it for good? Look it up. Amazon, running time.
And then,
So we got
anybody here, somebody else with a
Somebody else
phone?
look it up.
No, hold on, somebody else with a phone. Go to USA Today's review of the movie.
Okay, so
Came out.
you ma'am.
And then at that
USA
time,
Today.
they said it was 1 hour and 48 minutes long. Look it up.
What do you got?
Look it up.
117. What is that?
117. And look up somebody else. Look at Rotten Tomatoes. Who
What are we
claims-
doing here?
Rotten Tomatoes says it's 117.
Who's
Somebody
got
look
Rotten
that up.
Tomatoes? Who's got
Go to
Rotten Tomatoes? 108, he says.
This is what
108.
I'm saying, is that this movie, nobody knows how long it lasts. And so, because of this, I took my stopwatch and I watched this movie with a stopwatch and I timed it. And from the beginning, where the movie studio logo comes up to the very end, where they thank the cities it was filmed in, and the MPAA seal. 119 minutes. I timed it with a stopwatch. Everybody else got it wrong because they just
I don't know what to
guessed.
do.
They just guessed. But I took the trouble to be accurate with this.
No.
What do you
Okay,
think?
I'm thinking, you know, how many did you say? 119 minutes?
Everybody else has a different time, but I'm the only person that actually got a stopwatch and made sure
Yeah.
that I got it right. So
And this is almost the absolute average of what all these add out to be. So I gotta say, Craig is right. You did
We're gonna go with the judge.
Well,
Judge is right. Thank you very much.
All right, let's take, I think we have time for one more question. Let me see what we got here. Let's see what we have.
A lot of questions here not being asked.
Oh, Sean. I just have a Sean here with Peter Jackson. Is that right? Okay, come on up. Sean knows. Shawnee boy.
Peter Jackson is easy.
Shawnee boy with the set the shirt.
Sean, could you say that?
Representing.
Woo!
The blue line.
And look at that great hat.
The orange line.
Yeah.
The cross street line.
Take it off!
The R5.
That's a colossal hat.
Take it off, then. Take the hat off, please. Take it off.
Take it off!
Unfortunately, I don't think we're giving away, I have to say, I don't think we're giving away the Carrabba's gift card, but I still think you guys should, if you haven't been to Carrabba's, go check it out. Go take your family there, go by yourself, doesn't matter. You're gonna get, and they, by the way, they do what's the tiramisu for dessert. Have you had that yet, Joe, the tiramisu? 3 times already. Delicious. Cappuccino kind of flavoring, it's unbelievable. And get a cappuccino. Okay, but unfortunately, I think this is a slam dunk. I don't know if you have, or you two are in cahoots, I don't know, but this is it.
I have that same hat though.
Yeah, okay, here comes the question from Sean. Go ahead and read that.
What was Peter Jackson's third film?
Return of the King is the third.
No! Wait a minute!
The Lord of the Rings.
What is his third film? What is his third film?
No, it's well, he had
hold on.
Wait, it's films before Lord of the Rings, which were just exercises. They weren't really filmed.
You said
Dead Alive was the third
said
film.
Return
that
of
he
the
did
King.
Dead Alive, but that doesn't count compared to the Lord of the Rings because That's what people want to see.
Okay, can we just, let's pause a second. Joe,
Brain dead. Nobody cares about that.
give the mic, step aside. Is the correct answer what?
Bad taste.
Wow.
Oh!
Okay, so let's just
The
stop.
question wasn't what are a bunch of student films. He probably was shooting things on his phone when he was a kid. The question is, if the Peter Jackson movies,
Okay, I
and
need
you
to
know
I
and
need
love,
to. Okay.
and also,
All right, Greg, you have to stop talking. Or I'm going to ask you to leave. Joe is. This is why Joe is here. This is why Joe is here.
But
So-
Return of the
Shut
King
up!
is the third
Shut
movie
up!
in the Lord of the Rings
Kill this
trilogy.
guy.
Does anyone disagree that Return of the King is the third movie in the Lord of the Rings tragedy? Return of the King.
Kill Joe. I need to ask the sound department to momentarily suspend Greg's microphone because Joe is here as a judge to make a judgment.
Joe, have you seen the Lord of the Rings?
Does anybody work here? Okay, Joe. Joe?
It's what I heard is what I heard. Now, I'm thinking this is the final say, but what I heard.
No.
Greg, now, you can rebut this, but before I make my final decision, but what I heard is not what you said.
What did you hear, Joe? Just be clear here. This is why you're here.
What I didn't hear was...
No, just answer what you heard.
I heard a lot of mumbo jumbo, but I don't think I heard what the film was.
And then, so what is your ruling, Joe?
I'd like to give Craig a little bit more.
Craig?
No! Let him defend himself.
Peter Jackson made some student films
please.
before Lord of the Rings, but those don't count as movies. Dead Alive was his third student film, not the one you mentioned, and Return of the King was the third Lord of the Rings.
Joe, I need
which
you
is
to,
how we
Joe,
know
I need you to
Peter
step up
Jackson
to the plate right now.
Lord of the
I need you to
Rings.
step up to the plate right now and do the fucking job I asked you to do.
Joe,
I asked you to come out here and judge this. Fair. And you're playing fucking bullshit.
Let's go back here.
No, you're fucking playing bullshit. Let's go back. You're fucking around. All you have to do is say that he got it wrong. Now, what are you scared of, Joe?
What was
Be
the
straight
answer?
with me.
What was the answer to the movie? Bad taste. Bad taste.
What are you doing? No,
Bad Taste is not, that wasn't the third one.
Get him off stage, Greg. Greg, walk off, please. Can I ask you to walk off?
But Bad Taste
Can I
is
ask you-
not.
Can I listen?
I'm
Hey,
walking
I don't want to
this
get.
way.
I don't want to. Just walk off. I'm sorry about this, folks. We have to get a little control. We have to calm down. No. You stay back. Can you, JP? Somebody help me out here. We've lost control. I want to get a little bit of sanity here. And Joe, I'm sorry to put you on the spot. And if you didn't have the fucking guts to be a judge and to make the calls, the hard calls.
Dead Alive is the third Peter Jackson.
Oh my goodness!
You're wrong. I'm sorry, folks. We have some news. I think we're skipping. All right, please leave the stage.
That's what I said was Dead Alive was the third Peter Jackson movie.
All's well that ends well.
Okay, but just to be fair, you said Return of the King was your answer.
No, I said it was the third Lord of the Rings movie, and then I said that the third student film was Dead Alive.
Congratulations.
What he was saying, he may as well have said E.T. was the Peter Jackson because it was just bad.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this stupid game. Who gives a shit? You suck. You know everything about movies. Who cares? What a waste of things to know about. Loser.
Okay, listen, I'm the judge.
Yeah.
My word is final, okay?
Yes.
I'm going to step away. Greg is right.
Okay, he's right.
All right, we have time for one more.
Hey, maybe Brad Pitt will come up with the next one, huh? See if it's Brad P.
It's Tony G.
Tony Curtis, maybe it's Tony C.
Oh, this is a good question. What is the first movie? Tony, where are you? Come on up. Sorry, I read the question. Take your hat off!
Solidarity with Greg. I will not. If it's a bass concert, you should take it off. It's really happy.
I should have broken that up for you, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Joe.
You're both a good fighter.
All right, quickly, what is the first movie? What is it?
What is the first movie? The first movie of all time.
Yes.
It's Wings. That is correct.
Thank you so much. You lose.
Can I have the Carrabba's? No, because I got it right.
No, you don't get the Carrabba's, sorry. You don't get it.
You told me.
Thank you, clear the stage. That's it. Thank you guys so much. I said that if somebody got it right, the audience would get the Carrabba's card. So please leave stage. You're done. The game's over. Thank you. Goodbye.
No, because I got the
Carrabba's. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause for Brad. You won.
I'm going to take the Carrabba's.
Get off stage. You're done. Ladies and gentlemen,
Joe,
this has been a lot of fun.
should I get the Carrabba's card because I got all the stuff to buff?
No, it was fair.
Can you show us
No, I'm sorry. No, it's not. It's not for you, Greg, because you're the buff.
I know, but because
we
the
expect
Carrabba's card, you're just gonna throw in the trash because this is the end of the tour. I stumped every audience on this entire tour, and you told me that if I did it again tonight, I would get the Carrabba's card.
Well, thank you, Joe, and thank you, everybody. That was a lot of fun, I guess. It wasn't for me, but now we know a little bit more useless shit. So, thank you, Joe. Do you have anything more to add, or should we wrap it up here? We're good? Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming out tonight.
Wait. There is one more thing. One more thing. You know, as I go around playing Davison, the president and such, I like to meet with some of the local officials, you know? And so we came in town today, and I was just lucky enough to talk to Jim Kinney. You married him, right? Great guy. And, you know, I told him what we were doing, and Timmy Heidecker was in town. He was flabbergasted. He was speechless. And he said, Joe, what can we do to show our appreciation for Timmy Heidecker being in the town?
Tim Heidecker.
Well, he said Timmy. He calls it Timmy, okay? You know. All right, but what can we do for Mr. Heidecker being in town here? I said, well, I don't know. Maybe there's only one thing that we could do. He said to show his appreciation, and that is to give Mr. Heidecker the key.
The key to the city. That's so cool. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. This is a real honor. This is my hometown, you know. I've spent a lot of time here. This means a lot to me, you know. With this comes great responsibility, and I'm going back to California, and I'm going to win the district attorney position. And I'm going to use that as a stepping stone to take national office within the next 4 years. That is my promise to you. Because, my friends, we are in a crisis. We are in a crisis. Our country is under attack. Our morals, who we are, how we identify ourselves is under attack. This city is under attack. Your homes are under attack. Our very being is under attack, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, I happen to believe that our values are under attack. It's a place for you and me. It's only a matter of time till we get things back on track. Our values are under attack, and the bad guys get the medicine. The rest of us pay their way. Patriots are under attack, just for heaven's sake. On my tail. You ain't gonna cry on Christmas Day. They'll throw you in jail. Oh! This country's yours and mine. It's a home brave and free. It's a place for you and me. It's only a matter of time till we get things back on track. Come on. Under attack. It don't matter if you're black or white. It's between wrong and right. It's written down for all to read. That's the U.S. Constitution. That's all you need. This country's yours and mine. It's a land of brave and free. It's a place for you and me. Come on. A matter of time till you get things back on track. My values are under attack. Come on. Thank you, Philadelphia. This has been a real pleasure. We will see you next time. Let's hear from Manuel. And action. And the big man, Joe Estevez. See you next time, everybody. All this. Getting active.